Welcome to the Busy Guy Show. My name is Vince LoCascio, and I'm a busy guy. We're here at the Edge in downtown Bensenville, Illinois. We're with Vincenzo Conenna. He's the head coach, hockey coach at St. Viator High School in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Vincenzo, welcome.
Great to be here, Vince.
Nice
Great name.
How about it, huh?
How about
you know how to spell it?
I know how to spell it.
All right, you've been practicing. Nice to have you here. Let's start off with your background in hockey. You started playing hockey at 5 years old?
Started playing hockey at 5 years old through a house league at the Northwest Chargers. And after house league, I made the jump to Mite A2, which is my first travel team. My dad was the assistant on that team with a guy named Tony Cardona and Dick Glass. And then I played through Bantams there.
And skating just kind of came naturally to you?
Yeah, the first couple of times I didn't like it at first, and then my dad kept taking me back, and then next thing you know, I fell in love with it, and here we are 30 years later.
Wow.
And that's
Nice.
how it kind of started.
So then what, high school is at Conenna?
Conenna High School in Hoffman Estates. Got to play for my dad for 4 years there. Started off as JV freshman year, and then varsity sophomore, junior, and senior year.
And your typical position is usually what,
I was
center?
usually center, occasional wing. For some reason, I like playing my off wing. I don't know why, but I just kind of like playing the right wing, even though I was a left-handed shot. So.
And then what about, then you went to Harper College?
Went to Harper College for 2 years. Unfortunately, they did not have a team. My dad and a couple people wanted to start it, but we just didn't have enough players. So I got lucky. A great man named Matty Rossabillo approached my dad and wanted to start a second team at DePaul. And it was a bunch of kids from Harper, Oakton Community College that wanted to play hockey but didn't have a team to play for. And we formed the Lincoln Park Demons for 2 years.
So on your off season, or not off season, but when you were at Harper where you weren't playing?
I wasn't playing then. We formed the Lincoln Park Demons when I was at Harper, and I played there for 2 years.
Any highlights at DePaul that you wanted to talk about?
My first year at DePaul, we went to Nationals, finished 7th in the country. Nationals are in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We lost a good team from Siena College in the semis. They knocked us out. And just, being around the city and playing hockey at DePaul was a great 3 years of my life.
So all this time, since you were 5 years old, have you had an off season like where you just did not play hockey during the winter?
1 year, I was probably freshman year of high school. I didn't play travel, just played high school. And I thought it'd be good for me, but then I wasn't enough. So I got back in there right away at travel. But every year since I can remember, it was 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Going to Toronto, Canada, the day after Christmas every year for 7 years in a row. Whole family came. Lake Placid, New York. A lot of great cities, a lot of great tournaments. Made a lot of good friends.
Nice.
A lot of buses. But that's the best part about being a hockey player is the bus rides with your players and your teammates.
And the families, right?
And the
that's what I
families.
hear about the families.
I have great friends that I still call to this day that are true buddies that I've met on different teams, on road trips. You name it, we still keep in touch through Facebook, social media, all that stuff. So hockey's been a big part of my life, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today without it. So.
Yeah. What about in the summer? I know it used to be there wasn't as many facilities,
right?
Year round like there is now. But you growing up, was there always somewhere to play in the summer?
In the summer, we played roller hockey at the local skating park. I did so many camps during summer. There wasn't a day off. It was 365 days a year. I was shooting in my basement when I wasn't on the ice against my dad. Broke a few windows, cracked the sub pump a few times, but we had some good memories. But every day it was 4 years in a row. Just 4 days in a row, hockey. Do your homework, go to hockey.
What about now? Do you play? I know you're busy coaching, but do you play?
So there's still. So back in the day when we played for the Northwest Chargers, the logo was a lightning bolt with a C, and our team name now is called the X-Bolts, and it's 10 close buddies. And we're on the team called the X-Bolts, so we play every Wednesday night at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. It's an adult league. And I've been with them now 10 years, and it's the same team. We're all getting a little older now, pushing 30.
Are there older guys?
Yeah, there's older guys.
Playing?
Got a couple 32-year-olds, a couple 30-year-olds.
Oh, that's old. Jesus
We're getting there. The legs aren't what they used to be back in the day. We're kind of old and slow now, but we still have fun doing it. And putting the gear on and playing with your best friends is something that you can't beat. So.
Yeah. And then what about coaching? Did you do any coaching before St. Viator?
I did coaching. I coached. My first coaching job was at Conenna High School with my dad. When I was a freshman at Harper, he hired me as an assistant, so I got to coach with him 1 year. And then I took my old team at the Northwest Chargers, which is a travel club where I used to play back in the day. I had a squirt team my first 2 years, and then my next 2 years I had a Pee Wee team.
So you were a freshman in high school coaching college guys?
I was a freshman in college coaching high school.
Okay.
I was coaching sophomores. just a JV assistant coach for my first year. Then I took my own team at Conenna my JV year. So I was a senior coaching
Nice.
coaching college hockey or coaching high school hockey.
Now, I think reading about you, it said that St. Viator's has only had a junior varsity for 2 years.
Yeah, so St. Viator had a junior varsity team back in the day, then they couldn't afford enough kids. So 3 years ago, they had enough kids, and we were approached. I coached with two of my good buddies, Joe Carcerano and Mike Sabatino. We were approached by the hockey director there, who was Dave Mazzavaro. He was the guy, and he let us know, you guys want to take a crack at JV, and we went in for the interview, and they liked what they saw, and they hired us. And our first year, we went to the Final Eight in state.
Nice.
And this past year, we took a team who was 15th ranked to the Final Four.
Final Four, Illinois.
And lost in the state semifinals to the defending state champs, Providence Catholic.
I ask you respectfully, but what qualifies you to be a coach?
So in USA Hockey, it's called AHA. You need to get certified. So you need to take your level 1 classes. I'm a level 4 coach right now, so I have the highest honor to coach. There is a level 5 that you can take, but they changed the rule a couple years ago. Now you just need level 4 to coach. If you don't have your certification, you cannot be behind the bench. You have modules and classes to take that every age group advises take a test, so they just know what you're doing and make sure that a coaching class that goes through the rules and how to treat the players and how to treat the kids and the parents.
Yeah.
So it's a certified through AHA. You have to take it, or you cannot be behind the bench.
And what's your what would you call your core beliefs or your methods for coaching?
Yeah, my methods are I tell the kids to have fun each and every day. I mean, hockey's a great sport, and a lot of parents pay a lot of money for the gear and the play. I remember when I played, my dad paid a lot of money for me to go on trips and my gear. So I tell the kids to give 110% every day, because some kids are going to be fortunate to go play college hockey, and some kids are, that last year, senior year of high school, that's going to be their last game.
Yeah.
So they give it 110% every day and have fun with it. You're playing for your school, represent your school, be respectful, make a lot of friends, and just give it your best every day and let it play out.
You're a screamer, a yeller. I mean,
I'm a pretty calm coach.
Yeah.
I don't scream. Unlike my dad, who was a yeller, he liked to get in their face of the players and the refs. I'm more calm.
Everybody's got different methods,
Everybody's
right?
got different styles. I wouldn't say I yell. Once in a while, I will yell at the ref, and if they make a bad call, and defend my players. But I'm more calm. I let the game just play out, and there's some kids you can yell at, and there's some kids that you got to handle, a different way. Some kids don't take the thing to yelling. When I played, I didn't like a yeller. Unfortunately, I didn't like playing for a coach that yelled a lot. I liked a coach that was calm and just told me what I need to do better. Just kind of my style. So every kid's different. You got to find the way to push the kids that don't like to yell, and you got to find the kids that like to get yelled at and can take it and get the best out of every kid. So
I mean, as an example, I'm not an expert, but Quenneville for the Hawks, you barely see him talk. But I mean, he brought him to 3 Stanley Cups.
3 Stanley Cups. I mean, he's got a good core players there. I mean, they're young with Caiden and Taves, and they got Sharpie back, who's an old veteran now, but they're still a young core, and he's got his style, and his style works. I mean, they won 3 cups in 7 years, so it's been good for the city of Chicago, and a lot of kids are picking up the game of hockey now because of the Hawks. So
nice. They used to practice right here.
They used to practice
in
here.
downtown Bensenville.
Yep. And now they got that new rink building up. They only practice at Johnny's, but there's a new rink going up. I think just right next to United Center is a new practice facility for the Hawks.
Johnny's Ice House or something?
Johnny's Ice House used to be the practice facility. Now it's a different facility. I don't know the name of the rink actually, but I do know it's right next to United Center. It's a new facility. It's supposed to be brand new. So.
Thank you, Blackhawks.
Yeah.
What about tryouts?
So tryouts, St. Viator does have tryouts. St. Viator hockey is a club sport, so it's not peer. It's not part of the school. But no one.
What does that mean exactly?
So it's not recognized by the school. It is recognized, but it's a club sport. So we pay their own money. I don't get paid by the school. I get paid by the club. The club pays me.
Okay.
We do have tryouts. We had 2 evaluations, and then so each kid came to the evaluation. Everybody tried out. No matter if it was varsity player or JV player. And then after the evaluation, we made a list of who came to the varsity tryout and then who came to the JV tryout. So,
and approximately how many kids
so
tried
we had
out?
38 kids tried out this year. So we cut 4 kids from the program. If you got cut from the varsity tryout, you came to the JV tryout, and then if you got picked for JV, you stayed on JV. Or we cut 4 kids this year out of the program. Both teams are looking good at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. We're vying for that state title, and kids are working hard.
A question I didn't have prepared, but I wanted to ask you about goalie. Who says, I want to be a goalie? Do you pick? You ask them? How does that
It's
work?
kind of just funny story. I actually wanted to be a goalie when I was younger. My dad was a goalie, so I thought that's what I wanted to do. And I guess it just wasn't me. I was born a forward, so I like scoring goals and looking good for the fans. You know,
keeping that face beautiful,
keeping the face.
right?
You got to keep the face. So, but you chose whatever. You know, during house league, usually you get to rotate and play goalie if you want to play goalie one game. But as you get older, there's more set positions. There's defense, forwards. So it kind of just depends on how you feel and what position you like. You got to have some thick skin to be a goalie, though. With that puck coming at you,
I can't.
and, you know, so I was a
Totally
forward.
different equipment too, right?
Totally different
Talk
equipment.
about money. That kid's got to spend a lot
You
of
know,
money.
you got your
on equipment.
pads, you got bigger stuff. So I was a forward. I like scoring goals and having fun with it. So
Nice. If I asked your players if they like playing for you, what do you think they'd say?
I would say yes. I like having fun with the kids. They got the music going before the game, so we dance a little bit, have some fun, especially when we win. You know, there's a time to get serious, so I make sure the kids are ready to prepare for the game. But it's all about having fun, and I let my kids do what they want before the game. And as long as they play hard and give it 110%, I don't care if they dance or do whatever. But I think they would like it. They say yes if they like playing for me. I think they would say yes for that question.
And what do you do to monitor or suggest things like nutrition, hydration? You know,
I
drinking
just tell the
enough water.
kids to watch what they eat, and if they're working out, a lot of kids work out at school. I just make sure they give their body a break. You know, you don't want to overdo it. It's a long season. We start in September and we go all the way to March. So it's a very long year. So you wanna pace yourself. You don't want to work too hard, but also want to get in shape for the season. So I tell them just give yourself a break every once in a while. Eat good food, drink a lot of water, get some Gatorade in you. Just get your body prepared for the season. So.
And what about guidelines for grades and qualifications?
So there's St. Viator has a strict rule. They're an academic scholarship. So it comes out every Sunday. And I believe if you fail 2 classes, you have to sit out that whole week. You're ineligible, and it's from the school, and they cannot play until that grade gets up in that class.
So you're knowing ahead of time. It's not like they're going to pull them right before the game.
So I know every Sunday. Once the email comes out, it goes to the hockey director, and he sends it to me, and I get the email, and they have to sit out practice and games for that whole week. They cannot play until they're cleared from academic probation.
Have you seen that happen?
It's happened a few times. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. I tell the kids to try to get their grades up. You know, school comes first. So, you know, I had a strict non-back day, so if I was failing a class, I had to stay home, and it's the same way now. So, grades are first, hockey second. So that's what we tell the kids. So.
And what about sportsmanship?
Sportsmanship, we tell the kids to be respectful every game. We make our kids in the handshake take off their gloves and make sure they're shaking everybody's hand, the refs, the other coaches. They're respectful to their parents, the other coaches, and the players on the ice. We're big on that. My 2 coaches, Joe Carcerano, Mike Sabatino, that's the first thing we tell them is respect everybody that you see. If you don't do that, we will sit them. So sportsmanship's a huge thing. We want to be respected, and we want the other team to be respected as well. Refs included, parents, and everything.
I noticed something when you see the kids here to practice. They be in suits and ties. Do you guys do that?
So we have a dress code at St. Viator. We wear suits and ties on the bench as coaching staff, just for home games. And then for the kids, wear khaki pants, shirt and tie with dress shoes to every home game. And then we have on the away games, they wear their Viator warm-ups. They wear their Viator warm-ups to the away game. We wear our Viator coats and a collar shirt to away games as well. But home games, they wear shirt and tie. They look good. They represent St. Viator on and off the ice. So
that's a great thing to do. I mean, I respect that. What about playing multiple sports? And did you do that?
I did not play multiple sports during high school. Back when I was little, I played baseball through 8th grade, so I played hockey and baseball. But during high school, it was travel hockey and high school hockey. It was just too much to play another sport.
Yeah.
Right now, I have a couple of kids that play lacrosse, soccer, golf. A lot of kids play baseball, so I do have multiple sports athletes. The fall season's over now, so everybody's back to normal. But starting up baseball will start up in spring, so unfortunately some kids will be missing. But we try to make it work, and the kids get there when they can get there, and they go to soccer or basketball or whatever they play. You know, when they make their other sports. So
I know it's not a myth, but hockey players are usually good golfers as well.
Yep. I'm not a good golfer, so that wasn't.
You're the only one that's not?
No, I'm not the only one. I'm not a good golfer. I do play a little bit, but unfortunately, I didn't get that trade. So.
All right, we talked about did you coach junior varsity?
Yep.
What is junior varsity versus varsity? For people that don't know, what does that mean?
So junior varsity is more incoming freshmen, sophomores, or varsity is more the upperclassmen, juniors, seniors. It's a different game out there. It's a faster game. Junior varsity is more developmental hockey. Kids that didn't make varsity the first year, we try to get them ready for varsity sophomore year, junior year. So it's more developmental, getting the kids used to the program, getting the kids used to doing homework for the first time and going to hockey practice. You know, it's long hours. You got practice. We practice right after school, so the kids are coming from school to the rink. Then we have off-ice practice, and they go right home and do homework. So JV is developmental hockey, where we get them ready for the next step, which is varsity.
Sounds very organized and professional. I mean, not that I would expect less, but
we are very organized. We have a lot of the same system as the varsity coaches. You know, we're a very tight-knit group over there at St. Viator, and we make sure the kids are having fun and make sure the kids are ready every game. They go out and give it their best. So.
What about fighting?
No fighting.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. Refs break it up. If they do get in the fight, they do get suspended. They can't play. They get DQ, which is disqualification for the next game. With the refs, there's no fighting in our league. Refs do not allow it.
But they check.
They check, full-on check, penalties, everything like that, but no fighting.
So what constitutes fight? Somebody taking a swing?
Taking a swing. If you throw a punch, you will get kicked out. Kids have full cages.
Just of the game, or they?
You get kicked out of that game, and depending on what the ref calls, they get suspended for the next game.
Have you seen that happen?
I've seen it happen a few times. Unfortunately, not with our team, so that's a good thing. So,
what's your feeling about it being allowed in the NHL?
I like it. But I think the game has changed now. You got a lot of kids now, Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, there are more finesse players now. So it's out of the game, which kind of stinks for the fans that used to like the fighting, but I was more a finesse player and like to do the moves in the goal. So I think the game's better off with the finesse and the younger kids now with the fighting that's out of the game now. So.
Well, they used to say a hockey game happened and a fight broke out.
That's right. That's how it was.
I know it's a very big topic is concussions and recognizing.
Yes. So we have a great staff. We have Gina, our trainer, Gina Garro. She's our trainer at St. Viator. She's at every game. So as soon as the kid gets hit, has complaints about a headache, we send her right to Gina. If she's not there, we tell them to go the next day at school, go see the trainer. If they do have a concussion, Gina has to clear them. They cannot come back and play, even if their doctor said yes. Really? Gina is the one that gives me the okay. So if she says no, they cannot play in that game. They go through a concussion testing at school. If they pass it, they're good. If they don't pass it, they got to wait a week and then retake it.
So she's employed by St. Viator?
She's employed by Athlete Atletico, but she actually works at St. Viator as a trainer.
Okay.
So, but she's our trainer. She's at every game. She's great with the kids. I contact her daily to find out what's going on, if any kids come there. And she's the one that says yes or no if they can play or not. So I have to go by her word.
But you said something to the Catholic League provides a trainer or a doctor?
St. Viator plays in the Chicago Catholic League, which is all schools down south, like Providence Catholic, St. Rita, Mount Carmel, where Chris Chelios went to school, Bennett, and they eat every away game. The own school provides their own trainer. So we're fortunate to have a trainer there at every game, away game and home game. So,
nice. And what about helmets? Absolutely.
They got to wear helmets with the cage, mandatory. Every school has different rules. We make St. Viator kids wear a navy blue helmet and a white cage, so we all look the same. We all look in unison. We all wear the same helmet. Gives us a different look. You know, we're all the same. We represent St. Viator. We want the kids to wear the same helmet, look the same, varsity and JV.
Yeah. Just to back up on goalie, because I thought about it. What do? Do you have a backup goalie? Do you have two goalies?
So right now, this year we only have one goalie. Varsity has two goalies. This year JV only went with one goalie. We ended up cutting another goalie. So usually we have two, but this year we only have one. He's a great kid. He works hard, so he's our guy, and we play him every game. And he takes us as far as he can go.
Nice. Did you ever get your bell rung?
I got my bell rung once in Lake Placid. Had a concussion.
What about hockey? No.
Hockey, yep. No fighting, but I got hit in Lake Placid. I was out for a week or so with a concussion.
Really?
Definitely was a nice hit, but didn't see him coming, and I definitely got my bell rung. So out a week and a half. So.
Are you considered, now that you're old at 30, But are you considered younger for a coach?
I'm still a young coach. Some people will say I am. Some people say I'm right there. I don't think I'm young. I played my whole life, and I played with my 2 assistant coaches a long time. So we know the game. We know how to work with the players. We know the game in and out. We played at college. Joe played at Western Illinois, and Mike played actually here at Robert Morris. So we don't think we're young. Some parents think we're young, but I think we're at that perfect age where we can teach the kids the game and how to play the right way.
That's beautiful, because that leads me right to my next question about parents. How do you handle parents coming up to you and telling you, my kid should start this, that?
We handle it. Unfortunately, St. Viator and I think every other club has a 24-hour rule where after a game the parent cannot contact you, has to wait 24 hours after a game to contact you.
Really?
So I'm in the lobby after every game. I try to stay around. The parents have questions, but usually it's 24 hours. We'll have meetings with parents. They want to voice their opinion. We'll sit down as a coaching staff and listen to the parent, what they want to say, and we'll take it. And we'll let them know that we'll work on this and work on that. But the parents are good. They want the best for their kids, and we understand that. But it's a 24-hour rule. They can't contact any coach. They have to wait 24 hours after the game has been played.
I think that's great. I mean,
it's good for us, after we lose, we don't want to say the wrong thing. We kind of wait after 24 hours to kind of cool down and relax. So.
Yeah. What about girls in hockey?
A lot of girls are in hockey now. I mean, look at here. Robert Morris has a girls team. New Trier has a girls team. Unfortunately, St. Viator does not have a girls team. We don't have any girls in the program. But there's a lot of girls that play hockey, and I think it's part of the Blackhawks, how the success they had with winning Stanley Cups and playing well. I think that's...
Is there any co-ed leagues?
There's no co-ed leagues. Usually girls have their own league. Loyola has a girls team. Barrington has a girls team. There's no co-ed leagues. Usually it's a girls league and a boys team. You can play girls teams, like you'll set up a practice game with them. It is no check. The boys can't check the girls, but the girls can check the boys.
Interesting.
We don't want the girls getting hurt. There's boys going that are different sizes than the girls. So there's a lot of girls in hockey due to the fact of the Blackhawks, and that's how it's been.
Speaking of girls or ladies, your sister made it to the United Center before you?
Yeah, she did. A little jealous. She got to skate on the United Center, right?
Juliana
Conenna. She's a great girl. Gets on my nerves a little bit at times, but what sister does it, She's a great girl. She means well. She's doing well. A little jealous. I played hockey my whole life, and she's the first Conenna to skate on the ice in the United Center.
Nice.
Cool to see her out there. She definitely got me some perks and some nice tickets on the glass, and definitely nice to see her out there with the Hawks. But I was always jealous those 5 years.
Yeah. What goals do you see for yourself in coaching?
I would like to have a varsity job or be a hockey director somewhere. My goal would be coach college hockey. That would be definitely a step that I would like to tackle. Right now, I'm very happy where I'm at with JV at St. Viator. They treat us well there. I like teaching the kids how to play the game in the right way and develop them into the thing. But my goal would be to coach college hockey one day. Somewhere local, but see where coaching takes me.
Yeah.
I'd like to coach as long as I can. But right now, the goal is at St. Viator to win the state championship at the JV level and the varsity level. So that's the goal for this year, and we'll do everything we can to get it there.
Well, your passion is unbelievable. I mean, when you talk about it, you're raging over it. It's great.
I love it. It's been great. I fell in love with the sport when I was 5 years old, and I'm 30 now, and I still play and still coach. So
before we talk about your dad, you want to say hi to Mom first?
I'll say hi to Mom. Mom's the backbone of the family. Always making sure we had dinner on the table, washing my hockey uniform, making sure it didn't smell. Always on the road trips taking. She was a hockey mom, the best one out there. So.
All right, so now let's talk about the big guy. Let's talk about
the big guy.
Yeah, and his inspiration.
My dad played. He was a goalie. Every time I wanted to play hockey in the basement, I shot 100 pucks at him a night. He was down there, no matter if he was sick or didn't feel like playing, he would take shots. I hit him in the head. I hit him in whatever you named it. I hit him. Scored him a few times, but he wouldn't make it easy on me. He would make it tough.
And he coached you where?
He coached me at
high school?
the Chargers 1 year. So when I was a Pee-wee, I stayed down to play with him 1 year. Wanted to play with my dad. Then he coached me 4 years at Conenna. We got into it a few times on the bench, but what father and son didn't.
Yeah.
They wanted the best out of him. I wanted the best out of him. He pushed me. He was a yeller, so definitely yelled. But he got me into hockey and got me how to coach. And he always said one line that I always tell my players now is, if you want to play an individual sport, go box or go play tennis. And that kind of stuck with me the whole year because hockey's not an individual sport. You got to play as a team. You got to play as 5 guys, and you have 6 guys out there if you include the board. So I always kept that in my back pocket and tell my players that I always said I was the better hockey player out of my dad and me. He was a goalie.
Well, I'll have to ask him that.
He'll probably say the different opposite, but he was a goalie, I was a forward, so we played 2 different positions. But he took me to practice 5 a.m. He was there with me every road trip. When I was at the Paul, he flew to Arizona with me, watched me play at Arizona, University of Arizona. I was with the Paul, so when he was coaching, he missed some games, but always nice to see him in the stands. You know, you always want to score a goal for your dad there and play in your best way. He would tell me when I didn't play good. I would tell him, you know, I did my best. So, but he always told me, you know, give 110%, and that's what I learned, and always be respectful. So.
Nice. Well, what do you see for this year for St. Vitus? I mean, is the schedule the same every year?
Schedule's the same every year. So we practice Monday, Wednesday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then the kids have off ice Monday, Wednesday night. After practice, we give them a dry land practice, so they run, do some push-ups, and run outside. Then we play we have a home game Saturday night at 7:50 at our new rink in Mount Prospect. This year, you know, we're going for the state title. We're going for the Catholic League title. We fell the game short last year, so the boys have a sour taste in their mouth, and the boys are working hard, and we're getting them ready. It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, you know, we're just getting cooking, and Varsity and JV are poised for great seasons, and St. Vitus hockey's on the rise. I don't see why JV and Varsity can't win the state championship in both levels. So.
And what do you recommend for them in the summer? Stay in leagues?
Stay in leagues. Stay on the ice as much as possible. Work hard. Have some fun. You know, try to do your best, and excuse me, my phone's ringing. Can I get this?
Yeah, go ahead. You're a busy guy.
Busy guy. How you doing, sir? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You know, I'm sorry. I had a great time, but
where are you going?
I gotta go. I got practice, so I'm a busy guy.
You are busy. Well, here, take the cannolis.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on the show.
I appreciate it. You know, but
I'm supposed to walk off, not you. Well, I guess you're busier than me.
I gotta go. I'm sorry. You know,
I'm gonna take the crew here, Al and Mark and Kevin and this guy over here. All right, thanks. Busy guy. This guy's too busy for me. That's busy. You gotta leave. Thank you, Vincenzo. Thank you, everybody at the Edge. Thank you, Caiden, everybody that helped out today. I'm a busy guy. I gotta go too, but I ain't got nowhere to go right now. Thanks for watching. Go! Oh no, that's soccer.